Morning, everybody. We have no water at the new homestead. The kitchen faucet has been leaking badly, very, very, very badly. And I mean, it just has water streaming down continuously. So I just took this apart, and it's very, very simple. You need a hex nut or a hex wrench to remove a set screw in the handle, and it pops right off. Then there was this screw on top that actually was only finger tight, which I'm not sure is a good thing. And then the unit, which I have over here in a paper towel. I'm going to bring it over into the light. It doesn't like the darkness. The unit here, I think, is what I have to replace. I'll find out when I get in the hardware store. But that's the valves right there. And that came right out. And then I'm going to take that into the hardware store. And then I'll show you what else I got going on. There's leaks all over this house. I know when they told us, when we were first looking at the place, we were told, always shut off the water pump. The owners were very specific, told the real estate agent, very, very, very clearly, made a big deal of, always shut off the water pump every time you leave the house. Now I know why. All three faucets leak, so this I'm taking with me to the hardware store. Okay. All three faucets leak, and I'll show you in the bathroom what's going on in there. The valve under the toilet was leaking really, really bad. I had a cup, one of those coffee cups, the white foam coffee cups, was filling up every 10 or 20 minutes. So I took that off, and that was a job because I can't find my tools. So I had quite a project there. This is from the new valve that I have halfway on. This was 3 trips to the hardware store yesterday, and then I still didn't get it, and I'll show you why. The plastic piece that came down, I actually have in my pocket a piece of it. The plastic hose that came down had a piece of brass crushed on, and this may have been the part that was leaking, I think, but it had indented the plastic deeply, and it was no good, so I had to cut it off because I couldn't get that piece off anyway. It was on there, and I couldn't get it off, and I don't want to have, that's the brass, if that was the piece that was leaking, that brass part, I don't want to have that stay on a new valve. This is the new valve, but now I'm just shy exactly that piece that I cut off. So now I have to see if I have to replace the whole tube, or how that even works, or if I can just get an extension on that. So I've got the piece in my pocket, and I can show you, I guess, here. And I don't know if you can see very well, but it's got a lot of scratches and indentations on it, and the thing is on crooked in the first place. So that may have been a failure point. It's very rough looking. But that valve was leaking badly. So now I've got to get an extension because that's now too short. Brand new valve though. And then I'll show you what else is going on with the plumbing. Both of these valves in the bathroom leak right in here, so I'm going to have to go and get replacement units for them. So both of them leak. Not terrible, so I don't have to do it right now, but they are going to have to go, and because they only leak when you turn it on. Right now I've got, oh that's weird, water coming out to the toilet. I'm going to have to take these off. I think, is it going to be that easy? I don't know how much it's going to cost me, though. This right there is where it leaks. Anyway, I don't know if that's one unit or if I have to take the head off. There it is. Okay. So I think I'm going to take this whole thing in. I have to get that out. I'll get a screwdriver and get that out. So that piece and this piece I'll take in, and I'm going to need 2 of them. So that's a really easy fix. It's probably going to cost $10 though, from what I was looking at the hardware store. That's a real easy fix. So I'll get these, if they're not too expensive, I'll get them today too. And then in the kitchen, the P-trap on one of the sinks leaks as well. J-trap, I guess you call it, or P-trap, depending on who you are. J-trap. The J-trap leaks. And so I got to replace that too. So we got quite the system going on here in the new homestead. Hey everybody, It's sort of misting slash raining, but even then out here it's still quite pretty. The can you see that? Everything's pretty here. Even the rain and the mist. You can see the mist flowing through the air. I don't know if it shows on camera, but you can see the mist drifting through the air. But even in this weather, it's pretty here. It's just nice here. It's really nice. It's not exactly raining, but it's sort of a heavy misting. It's enough to make everything sopping wet. Well, we gotta go to town again and see about some plumbing supplies so we can get this house working again. Doesn't look like anything was maintained for years and they just kept letting it go. But it's just a good experience to fix all that. The hot water heater doesn't work, so I'll be switching that over to solar power. No point in buying normal if I can just switch it to solar. Which means I'll need some wires for that too, though. Everything has its cost, but we'll get it going. Alright guys, see you guys in a while. Hey guys, we're back home with some parts. Boy, small towns are great. Went to the hardware store, and he not only gave me the parts to rebuild my faucet, he rebuilt the faucet for me right there on the spot. Took me into the back room to the workbench and reassembled this one for me. This is the bathroom faucet, and we had to get an adapter kit to get the seals for it. And then there's 2 other seals and some springs that go down inside. And then I've got another kit for the other bathroom faucet. There. And so I have one rebuilt, plus just the springs I got to put in. And the kit for the other bathroom faucet. And the kitchen, they didn't have this is Moen. Don't have Moen. So I ended up with a new kitchen faucet with sprayer, complete. Sprayer nozzle and the whole kitchen faucet all together. And hopefully, oh no, I didn't get the valves. We might not have water in the kitchen sink. I don't know if they're included, but I might have to get the 2 hoses. Yeah, there's always something, isn't there? I see it now. It's funny. It may or may not have, but I highly doubt it has hoses connected. We'll see in a minute once I open it up. But then this is for the toilet, because the toilet was leaking and the plastic piece was too small. He said this goes right on it. And I hope. I don't remember seeing the screw on, but it's tight up in there. Anyway, so we'll see. And he gave me a hex driver for the bathroom faucet, which I had just unscrewed this, and he said that's not a good idea because you could cross-thread that, putting it back together that way. So he gave me the hex driver that fits that. But really nice, really good small town experience. So hopefully we'll have running water again in the house today. Well guys, I have good news and bad news. The good news is there's no more leaking water faucets in the kitchen or the bathroom. Bad news is I forgot to put that one back together. I was looking at that one to put that one together properly, and I forgot to put the valve and everything back on. And I put this all back together nicely, and I turned on the water pump and I heard water shooting into the air. Melanie in the kitchen heard water shooting into the air. We showered the whole entire bathroom. Can you see the water on the toilet? The laundry? The wall? The washing machine? Well, I shouldn't say we. I showered the entire bathroom. The water was shooting out of there with all force and power that the water pump could give it, which is a lot. There's the floor had water laying on it, pooling. It was showering so fast, it was a nightmare. But it looks like we're going to have a very clean bathroom now.
Really?
So, the good news is we have no more leaking faucets in the kitchen or in the bathroom. So I did it. I fixed it. I guess, Melanie, you can't be too mad at me, right? Yeah. And it ended up, this one doesn't leak either now. Ended up, not at all. It was just, when I took it apart, I took it to the hardware store and they didn't have that part, which I told you earlier. when I didn't have the hoses for that. So I put this back together. When I put it back together, I just found out that when I tightened it down, it must have just been loose. We don't have a leaky faucet in the kitchen either. Everything works. Happiness. The toilet works. The bathroom sinks work. The kitchen sink works. Only problem is the J-trap on this still needs to be replaced. But we're getting it.